Hey guys, Panzer Dragon here, aka Luigi Dragon, and today I want to be going over Wriggles versus Elder Lizard, and I want to see if the Wriggles Lantern is actually better than the Spirit of Elder Lizard, and why all these auto attack champions are coming back into the meta. Alright, so first off, I do want to be talking about gold efficiency, and first off, let's talk about the Wriggles Lantern. So the Wriggles Lantern does cost $16.50, and the total gold value is $14.33. For now, let's ignore the active and passive, and we'll continue later on that. So now we move on to the next item, which is the Spirited Elder Lizard, which does cost $2,000, and then this is where I actually got really intrigued in where Wriggles versus Spirited Elder Lizard when I saw the total gold value of the Spirited Elder Lizard, which is $13.77. So then I asked myself, maybe the passive from the Spirited Elder Lizard does give me more gold than Wriggles Lantern. So then I hopped into a game to check out and find out how much gold I actually earned from Wriggles Lantern compared to a Spirited Elder Lizard. So right here I do have 185 gold bonus gold from Wriggles Lantern, and the Pantheon does have 227 gold. Now let's forward to late game about 30 minutes, and let's see, I do have 366 gold, and Pantheon does have 500 gold. That's kind of a small margin actually. 150 gold is not really that much. Especially this late. This late, it's nothing-ish. And then let's hop it at 38 minutes. I think that's a good reasonable number. So I do have 500 gold, and he does have 622 gold as, you know, team fights are erupting and we can't really farm that much. So in conclusion, Elder Lizard does win in the gold wars. Early game they're a bit similar, but as the game goes on, the Elder Lizard does gain more gold, but by late game, 150 gold isn't really that big of a difference. Alright, so now I do want to talk about the passives and actives. So first off is the active from the Wriggles Lantern. In most games you should probably have your Wriggles Lantern by 10 minutes. And let's say games go up to 35 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 24 divided by 3 times 75. And then we do get 600 gold worth of sight wards from our Wriggles Lantern for free. Now let's talk about the Spirited Elder Lizard and Wriggles Lantern farming the jungle. One thing I will assume is that, let's say both clear times are the same. Obviously someone like Shyvana has better clear times with Wriggles Lantern, and someone like Kha'Zix has better clear times with Spirited Elder Lizard. But I can say one thing for sure is that Spirited Elder Lizard does give mana back, and so in that case I'd say Spirited Elder Lizard is probably better. Now I want to add the passive from the Spirited Elder Lizard to this scenario, which is the true damage called Butcher. So let's assume we're level 11, and Butcher will be doing 36 true damage over 3 seconds or 12 damage per second. And it probably takes 5 seconds to take someone down, which is 60 damage, and if it's a team fight, probably 10 seconds, so that's 120 true damage. So let's conclude this up. Spirited Elder Lizard does win in damage and farming, but the Wriggles just seems really more gold efficient, as it does drop free wards for you, and it is a cheaper jungle item for you to get sooner than the Spirited Elder Lizard. But in conclusion, I always thought the Spirited Elder Lizard was a better item than Wriggles Lantern because it did scale into the late game, as the true damage did scale up with level, and there was really no reason for auto attack junglers to really want the Wriggles Lantern because it really didn't scale into the late game, and I knew that with the Spirited Elder Lizard they'd probably be doing more damage. But introducing patch 4.5, we get the Fail Flare. This item gets improvement in base stats, and of course the best thing about it is it gets basically a free wit's end, giving you around 33 magic damage on hit, plus more for more Pharaoh stacks. And basically let's analyze every part of this item again. So talking passes, Fail Flare versus Spirited Elder Lizard. So in 5 seconds to take someone down, maybe 8 to 9 auto attacks, maybe more, so 8.5 times 33 equals 280 magic damage. And comparing that to 60 true damage, I'd probably prefer 260 magic damage, thank you very much. And of course times that by 2, so 560 damage for team fights or more. And also I want to add the fact that Wriggles Lantern is actually more valued on people who can farm the Pharaoh Flare faster, just because they can rush it and have that wit's end at 13 to 15 minutes and be a threat. So in conclusion, Pharaoh Flare is the better item of Spirited Elder Lizard. And I'm not saying that Wriggles Lantern is better on Kha'Zix and Pantheon, and I'm also not saying that Pharaoh Flare champions are better than Kha'Zix and Pantheon. It just now brings incentive for auto attack champions to come out of the closet, and they come on the Summoner's Rift. Champions who are still viable with the Spirited Elder Lizard, like Jarvan and Nocturne, will now prefer the Pharaoh Flame, just because they auto attack more, and people who cast spells more, like Kha'Zix and Pantheon, will prefer the Elder Lizard. This is a list of champions who I recommend you getting the Wriggles Lantern on over any spirit item, as most of these champions do use auto attacks as their main source of damage. I will also probably leave this list in the description below, so you can find it there. And I am Panzer Dragon, aka Luigi Dragon, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.